It is the 25th anniversary of World Kindness Day, and it's an international event that's designed to encourage us to build a fairer, kinder society. But in the current climate, events like these are the gimmicky, or is it shared humanity? Well, Mimi Nicklin is the author, podcaster and empathy coach. She's great on the internet. She's the founder of the training platform Empathy Everywhere. What does she think?
I think in the world that we're in, has there ever been anything more important than kindness, really? Every day you just have to turn on the news or your social media to see another tension, another gap, another part of the world that's under stress and strain. So for me, kindness, which is a behaviour, it's a quality of being, friendly, generous, considerate. I feel that our world has never needed that more.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I think everybody listening to the show will think it too. And it's not just about, giving somebody a parking ticket or making a cup of tea for somebody. Is it about listening and trying to understand other people?
I think absolutely it is. I think actually listening, to your point, is probably the bridge between kindness and empathy, which is what I spend a lot of my time talking about. So if kindness is a quality, like we just said, a quality, a behavior, a choice, and empathy is the ability to understand people, then I think listening is probably the bridge between the two. That is what gets you from being kind to actually understanding people. That is listening. That's listening and really paying attention.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because I think sometimes you can be just told you're empathetic, and actually it can be difficult if you've got an overdeveloped empathy bone. It can actually make life quite hard sometimes. But you are told that it's just how you are. But what you're saying, Mimi, is that you can develop it and you can learn it and make it a mission to try and be more empathetic.
Absolutely you can. Empathy is a skill set. It's built into your brain, a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex. You're born with it. You're born with the ability to understand others, to hear them, to lean into their world. But of course, you have to choose to do that. And often we're too busy, we're too stressed to slow down enough to actually hear people. So we run through life thinking we are hearing people, but not actually listening to them.
Yeah, and there is a big difference, isn't there? I remember going on my BBC training, and they talked about active listening as opposed to listening to reply.
Absolutely, yeah, I love that example because I say that to my audiences all the time, the difference between listening to understand someone, to really hear what they're trying to say, what is their perspective, why are they responding the way they are, why are they behaving the way they are, versus listening for your chance to give your opinion, to respond, and often at work or in life, you're hearing someone's words, but your brain is busy thinking about, what am I going to say next? Do I agree? Do I want to share my opinion? So yes, you're absolutely right, there is a difference.
And that is a skill set that you can learn, isn't it? I think sometimes, exactly like I said with the empathy, you feel like it's something you just are, or it's just who I am. But actually, you can learn to rewire yourself.
You can. It is a skill set. It's something that I teach all over the world in my, from my social, from my community and courses. We work with leadership teams. Anyone can learn this. Children can learn this. We've just developed a curriculum for schools, in fact, to do exactly that. Because like any skill set, the more you practice it, the better you get at it. So it is something you have to practice. You have to pay a bit of attention. It's very easy to subconsciously run through your day and not listen to your kids or your partner. You think you're listening, but you're actually doing 100 other things. So it is a skill. And I think when we were children back in the day, we used to always talk about treating people the way you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
But I think now when you look at the world and we look at World Kindness Day, it's about treating people how they want to be treated. And to do that, you have to hear them.
Absolutely. And if people want more information, maybe because your platform, Empathy Everywhere, you've mentioned it there, you're all over Tinternet, aren't you?
We are. We're everywhere now because I think the world just wants to listen. The world does want to hear. So if anyone wants to find me, they can find me at Mimi Nicklin, pretty much everywhere. Or they can Google my platform, which is Empathy Everywhere.
And if you were going to say one thing to somebody listening to BBC Radio Newcastle today, if you were to give them one piece of advice on how to put this into action, something to do today for World Kindness Day, what would you say?
I would definitely say that it's time to start listening. and to really remember that to hear someone is not to agree or to judge. It's simply to be able to perspective take. That being able to empathize with people that are unlike you, they may not look like you, sound like you, or live like you, but actually as humans, we're all far more alike than we are different. But if we're running with judgment and opinion the whole time, we can find it very hard to actually find the shared humanity. And for me, this World Kindness Day, all of us should lead with that lens. How do we find our shared humanity?
Don't normally ask people that I interview this, but can I be a friend?
Oh, let's be friends. Let's be friends forever.
Love it. Oh, Mimi, thank you so much for coming on the show and once again talking absolute sense. Brilliant to have you on the show. Thank you.
It was a highlight. Thank you so much and have a lovely World Kindness Day.